Hello and welcome to Congregation Agudas Shalom's This Week in Jewish History. As we all prepare to celebrate the most joyous of days, Purim, I'd like to introduce us to the concept of Purim Sheni, or the Second Purim. What is Purim Sheni? Purim Sheni, the Second Purim, is the name given to days throughout the Jewish calendar that were celebrated by individual families or whole communities as a result of miraculous events that occurred on them. One family, Purim Sheni, is celebrated in the family of Rabbi Abraham Danzig, author of the famed Jewish legal text Chaye Adam. In 1804, in the city of Danzig, or Gdansk, a city which changed hands between Poland, Prussia, and Germany, it seems depending on the time of day, a fire broke out in the city, in a building storing gunpowder. And while a number of people were hurt as a result of the explosive fire, no one from Rabbi Danzig's family was injured. And as a result, he declared a private Purim for his family to be celebrated for many years to come to commemorate their personal miracle. Other Purims were celebrated by whole Jewish communities who were the beneficiaries of miracles. One of the earliest was in the French city of Narbonne in the south of France. In the year 1236, mobs started descending on the Jewish quarter of the city as a result of a blood libel, but the Christian ruler of the city intervened to save the Jews, and as a result they declared a Purim Sheni to celebrate Purim Narbonne. Moving ahead, in 1578, Sebastian, king of Portugal, intended to invade Morocco and take control of the country. The Jews of the country, many of whom themselves had run away from Portugal, were afraid that a Portuguese takeover of Morocco would impose the hated Inquisition and put the Jews in harm's way. Thankfully, the Portuguese were held back, and as a result, the Jews were saved. And in a fascinating move, the Jews composed a Megillah to commemorate their salvation. Here in this Megillah, you can see a reference to Morocco, which was known as Artzot HaMa'arav, the Western lands, as well as to King Sebastian of Portugal. The day became known as Purim Sebastian. And in a more modern example, some Jews of Romania commemorate the day on which their country was liberated from the Nazis in 1944 by the Soviet Red Army. The Nazis had intended to exterminate hundreds of thousands of Romanian Jews, and while sadly they did manage to kill many of them, many Romanian Jews were saved when their country was liberated by the Red Army before the Nazis could carry out their plans. This day, in August, or the month of Elul in the Jewish calendar, became known as Purim Romania. Thank you for listening. Have a good Shabbos and a very happy Purim.